Today I'm going to talk about TNA Wrestling, Impact Wrestling. How long have I been watching TNA Wrestling? On and off. Lately I really haven't been watching because for a while there they gave us, my family, Destination America, then they took it away. That was probably just to tease it or something. I don't even know why we got it for about a month or so, but I haven't been watching it lately because I do not have Destination America. I'm going to see if I can change that though. But I started watching TNA basically whenever DirecTV got rid of the $10 a week, pay-per-views. They were exclusive to DirecTV. That was the only way TNA at the time could, be shown on television, was through those weekly $10 pay-per-views. And I remember getting Dish Network. Like, damn it, I want DirecTV so I can watch those. Oh, well, I get Dish Network. About a month after DirecTV cuts them, they're scrambling to try to get back on. And they get back on Dish Network for $10 a week. And that's when I started, every week I'd order the $10 pay-per-views. I think there's like 1 week where they actually did like a penny. That's when I started watching, way back in the Asylum, the good old days. Jeff Hardy, I think, just came. Monty Brown was big. Jeff Jarrett was big, of course. And this was before, Samoa Joe and Low-Key returned. He was there at the beginning. But that's when I started watching TNA Wrestling. I watched all of those pay-per-views until they took them off and TNA got a deal with Fox Sports Net. And even when they were in Fox Sports Net, I still ordered the monthly pay-per-views every single month. I paid money for those. And of course, since I paid money for them, I recorded them on VHS. Or I think I had a DVD recorder at the time. But I ordered, I was a huge TNA mark. I ordered every single pay-per-view. So I've been with TNA for a long time. And then when TNA got their deal with Spike TV, that was huge. And I've been with them ever since. For a while there, I think when I got rid of Dish and got DirecTV, I even got this big-ass sports channel just so I can get the Florida sports channel that aired TNA Explosion. I got that for a little while. Then I realized it costed too much. So I've been with TNA for quite a while. Now, in late 2007, after the Chris Benoit shit happened, I was going through some, legal problems. I needed money, so I basically cut all, satellite television, and I quit watching all wrestling altogether. I was kind of going through like a midlife crisis where I thought wrestling was childish and I wanted to grow up. So of course, me, a few years later, I went back to wrestling because I just can't completely quit watching it. So I've been a fan of TNA. I stuck with them through some of the hardest times in the beginning. I feel bad because I haven't really been watching Destination America and I haven't really been sticking with them at the end. But something's going on in TNA. This past week or two, there's so many people getting, released, asking for their release. Low-Key's gone. Magnus, I guess, is going to Global Force Wrestling. James Storm asked for his release. Austin Aries is gone. Before that, Samuel, Shaw, and Gunner, they're gone. It was rumored Awesome Kong and Taryn Terrell were leaving. They shot down those rumors, so that's not true. Taryn Terrell and Awesome Kong are staying. But James Storm, this is one that kind of, someone that has been there since the beginning. You might say Eric Young. Bobby Roode has been there since the beginning. Eric Young left, for a little bit. Bobby Roode left to go to WWE. I think it was ECW. Didn't work out. Went right back, But James Storm, the only one that has been there every single day since day one. And he asked for his release basically because he's not getting paid enough. I'm worried about TNA. I'm a fan of TNA and I don't want it to go, But, the management there isn't the best. We all know that. Dixie Carter isn't the best, She gets bad advice, And it's hard to say who is to blame because there's so many people behind the scenes. I don't know how a wrestling company works. I'm just a fan. But I don't know. I hope TNA keeps, thriving and, they figure something out. But I'm just concerned. What are your thoughts on TNA wrestling? Do you like TNA wrestling? Do you watch TNA wrestling? Do you hate TNA wrestling? Do you at least keep up on TNA wrestling? Leave a comment. What are your thoughts on all these people in the past week or two suddenly leaving TNA? Especially since it's coming towards August or September when they could be renewed or if they could be canceled early. That's kind of the thing that's been going on, And what are your thoughts on all these wrestlers leaving the company within like the past 2 or 3 weeks? Just, a lot of fairly big names. I mean, they still have big names, but I don't know. There's a red flag that's going off and something just isn't right. Maybe you can help me discuss it in the comments. But anyways, that's all for this quick video. Just wanted to, talk about TNA wrestling, talk about how long I've been watching it, and I'm worried. I hope the best for TNA, and I'm sure, like always, they'll find a way to pull through. Jekko Knight signing out.